So I found out what I needed to do. I needed to do cul-de-sac, coffee spoon. What's the third one? Bayside Aquarius. There's another one. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I have one extra one. That's for to fix the date. So let's get this started. I'm sorry. It's just gonna be a lot of repetitive stuff. So I might just skip it, but I don't want to. Ever since the picnic at the graveyard, Damon and I have been spending a lot of time together. We go on nighttime strolls pretty regularly. He was so impressed with the first letter I wrote that he insisted we communicate by post instead of through Dad book. I initially protested, but he gave me one of his old signet rings to use as a seal for one of my letters. I just couldn't say no. Hanging out with the goth dad again? Please, Amanda, you know his name. And yes. Be honest with me here, Pops. Is he actually a vampire? I remember you inviting him into our house out one time, and I've seen the Lost Boys, and I honestly would have preferred trying to see if he could have walked through the threshold of our home under his own power. Yes, Amanda. I have become Damien's familiar. I am compelled under his curse. Pixie, hello, I want a kiss. Thank you. I'm sorry, sweetie. Turn into a bat. I don't think... What's the point of being a vampire if you can't turn into a bat? Well, okay, I'm off. Are you taking the car, or are you flying off into the night on the leathery wings of a bat? One of those. While I'm out, can you throw away the garlic bread that's in the freezer so I don't die? That'd be great. I'm keeping it there as insurance. You understand, right? That's my girl. Damien and I walk along the water's edge, chatting. Damien's cloak, he hates it when people call it a cape. Damien's cloak flutters behind him in the breeze. This is gonna seem like a silly question, but why do goths wear black? Gothic subculture has always been associated with death, so it would make sense that the style surrounding it would greatly influenced by the mourning. Interestingly enough, though, was that in the Victorian era, Queen Victoria herself mourned over the death of her husband for 10 whole years, wearing black for the rest of her life. If that's not goth, I don't know what is. I have another question. Go ahead. How are you so comfortable with death? You mentioned in the graveyard that it helps you appreciate your life, or something. I've experienced several losses over the course of my life, and I truly believe that the only manageable way to cope with it is to accept that death is simply a part of living. It's a single universal truth for every human who has ever lived. I'm going to die, you're going to die, and life carries on without us. Doesn't that make you feel scared? Not at all. Without the advances of modern science, death was everywhere in Victorian era, and yet funerals were major social functions. Victorians were obsessed with mementos of their loved ones, even going so far as to elaborately stage photographs of their dead relatives. The minutiae of the mourning was so complex that there were set periods of grieving that were deemed acceptable based on who in your life had passed. Now, we don't have any of that. If you lose someone, you end up feeling lost because we have no modern equivalent of those formalities. We need to allow times to grieve, to feel that loss fully, but not allow it to consume us. So no, I'm not afraid of death. I believe it is a waste to spend your life dreading the end of it. The time we have here is brief and fleeting, occasionally cruel, but it is all times precious. To stare death in the face and live desperate, that I think that is a noble existence. Let's save the mourning for the dead. I don't know, I'm saying that way too fast. Wow, that's beautiful. I can see the moonlight in the bay and glint off Damien's eyes. He smiles. We turn to the harbor and watch ships pass, breathing in the salty sea air. Look to Damien again, and I can't help but entranced by his charm, his mystery. I find everything about him so fascinating. I lean in closer to Damien, closing my eyes as I do so. I'm so sorry, I have to take this. Damien steps away from me to answer his phone. Oh no, I hope it isn't Lucien again. After speaking in hushed tones for a few moments, Damien returns to me. Everything okay? There's an emergency. Lucien? No, thankfully, but I must take my leave. Oh. Okay, is there anything I can do to help? Dads do have to stay together, right? You know it. Then come, there isn't time to waste. After a short drive in silence, we arrive at a run-down building in the outskirts of town. Where are we? It's better if I just show you. I push the surprisingly heavy door open and find myself in a dimly lit waiting room. A few rickety chairs lined with the walls, and doesn't seem to be anyone behind the front desk. There are a few paintings and pictures on the walls, but they're so nondescript. I'm still unsure of what kind of place this even is. Wait here for a moment. I'll be right back. Damien walks off down a corridor, his boot heels echoing through the halls of this seemingly empty building. Distant howls echo from some place I can't see, and there's a faint scratching sound like claws on tile. I cautiously peek down the hall and find stall after stall of scared-looking dogs. A few of them notice me and skitter up to the chain-link fence, sticking their noses through and sniffing the air. What have I gotten myself into? Suddenly the lights shut off. I panic, unsure of where I am or how I get out. I stumble through the darkness, my breathing getting heavier and heavier. Damien? The lights finally turn back on. Hey, sailor. Mary, what are you doing here? You aren't here for the fight club? I don't want to get punched in the face. Great, because this is an animal shelter. A what? We take care of stray animals and then people adopt the stray animals. Didn't you see the pets when you walked in? Oh, sorry. I didn't really expect to see you volunteering at an animal shelter. Wow. Okay, kid. Okay, kid. Way to put me in a box. Dames, you hear this baloney? Just one moment. Thunder cracks and a door bursts open. Appearing from the shadows I see... Damien? Hey. It's Damien. He looks completely different. No cloak, no Victorian-era clothing, no makeup. I wasn't planning to share this side of me until much later, but I'm not as goth as you think. I'm a system administrator for the IT department of a realty company. I wear tennis shoes at work and I listen to Bruce Springsteen. I enjoy going to the hardware store and looking at storage solutions, and I volunteer at this animal shelter in my spare time. I'm boring. I'm fascinated with Victorian history and the goth lifestyle. That much is true, but it's just not all that I am, and I need you to know that. Oh, I hate to kill the moment here, but there's some pressing business that needs to attend to. Oh, right. It's Duchess Cordelia. Again? Who's Duchess Cordelia? She's one of the pups. Gets out all the time. She somehow learned how to open doors and now she's unstoppable. When did she get out? This morning. I went to go sing sea shanties to the cats. When I came back, she had already been bolted. I have to stay here with the pets, so I need you two to go and find her. Of course. What could she be? She always ends up running off in the same places. Here, let me draw you a map. Mary starts scribbling on the back of a pet adoption form. She's very smart, ruthless even. You need to stay on your toes and get her back by sundown, or else she turns into a werewolf and starts eating people. What? You're a perfect little peach, Derek. We just don't want her to be stuck outside when it's cold. Oh. I'll grab some treats and we can hit the road. Damien and I look over the map Mary created for us. Oh man, I'm Nerd's house? At least you're not other Nerd's house. Looks like you're moving up the pecking order. Congrats, kiddo. Where should we head first? Yeah, there you go. Damien and I exit the parking lot and start driving towards town. I look over to him. He seems concerned. Shouldn't be too hard to find the Duchess, right? She's a pretty big pup. Mary wasn't kidding when she said that dog was smart. One time she correctly guessed the winner of the Kentucky Derby. It was a really good year for the Bok Bok Bok. I don't know. What do you think our odds are, Derek? This one? I saw that from the video I was watching. Below, look upon God's creations and wretch at the horror when he hath for forsaken hell is empty and the devils are here. Nice. I thought that would cheer you up. Let's just hope for the best. We got this. We drive through the cul-de-sac and everything seems to be pretty normal. It looks like Brian's doing some yard work. We pull into Brian's driveway and hop out. Hey, don't step on the grass. I just mowed. Have you seen any unusual activity in the area today, aside from your underwater lawn? Oh, here we go. How dare you? I take my long hair very seriously. Derek, please. You haven't seen a dog run through here, have you? Well, a little while ago I heard Maxwell barking at something. When I came outside, my garden had been torn to shreds. It was going to take forever to retail this all. Maybe that could be a dog, or rather feisty raccoon. Whatever it was, it must have been hungry. Ate all my tomatoes. I'm very sorry to hear about your garden. If you need assistance restoring it to its former glory, please don't hesitate to contact me. Will do, buddy. Good luck finding that dog. She's probably still hungry. I wonder if she's looking for more food elsewhere. That's where we go to the coffee spoon. We park in front of Matt's coffee shop and walk inside. He seems like a slow day. Matt sits behind the counter reading a book. Hey, Matt. Didn't expect you to see you two today. What's up? Have you seen any stray dogs around? Actually, yeah. I caught one digging through the trash earlier. It ran away when I tried to get closer. Though. Did you see what direction it ran in? Matt thinks for a second. Might have been running east, I think. That pup tore through 3 pans of old grateful banana bread. Want to take some for the road, just in case? Sure thing. Matt packages up a slice. Thanks for the slice. The road slice. This banana bread is gonna be so good. I think he meant to give it to you for the dog. Right. I meant it's gonna be so good for the dog to eat. I feel like we're on the right track. You think? If we keep this up, we'll find the Duchess in no time. Hey, if you like dogs so much, why don't you just have it? Why don't you have any? Lucien is severely allergic. I wouldn't put him through that. But there's still dogs in my life, so for that I'm grateful. There's about to be one more dog in your life, buddy. Splendid attitude. Let us not waste any more time. Verily. We drive to the softball field. Looks like Craig's team is practicing. I wonder if any of the kids saw something. Craig spots us and jogs over. Softball bat slung over his shoulder. Hey, bros, what's up? Craig, you wouldn't have happened to see a dog around here, have you? One escaped from the animal shelter and we're trying to locate her. I don't think so. Maybe one of the girls saw something. Girls? Hi, Amanda's dad. Hi, Lucien's dad. We have names. Girls, have you seen any dogs around? There was a big dog here earlier. She ran off a while ago, though. I don't think she had any owner, but I really wanted to play. We tried to play fetch with her, but she just took the softball and ran. I think she ate it, actually. She was a lot of dog. Here, take another softball. Might come in handy later. Many thanks, Craig. Then it's the Bayside. We arrived back at the Bayside. Just like the old times, eh? I remember just like yesterday. I mean, earlier today. So what do you think? Any sign of the pooch? None yet. Although, who knows if she made it onto any of these ships? The Duchess would do that. I wouldn't put it past her to know how to navigate in rough seas without a compass. Very smart. Pops? Damien and I turned to see my daughter. Amanda, what are you doing here? Did you think I just stayed inside all day vegging out on the couch and watching TV? Oh, sorry. What are you doing? I'm headed home to go veg out on the couch and watch TV. Had to get a burrito first. Young miss, have you seen a dog around here? Oh, you bet. I saw a Pomeranian with a bow around its neck. I saw a big old Doberman named Henry. There was a stroller full of Yorkies, a Greyhound, a Golden Retriever. Did you see a Mastiff anywhere? No dice. I would definitely have remembered that. I gotta run, though. This burrito has been about 10 minutes, and Cheesy breaks down the molecular structure of the tortilla and makes it soggy, you understand? I do? Of course. Have a lovely evening, Miss Dog. Matt said the Duchess went east from the coffee spoon, but there's no sign of her here. I suppose we need to go not so east? I feel that the hours are growing short. We must make haste if we're to find the Duchess by sundown. Damien's looking more stressed out by the minute. I gotta think of something to lighten the mood. It's this one. I don't know. How many? One. Goths are very capable, especially when looking for a dog. Damien smiles to himself. I keep reading Damien's directions from the map as we drive around town. Damien and I stop by the aquarium. Everything looks in order, but it might help to get out of the car and take a look. You seen anything? No dog here. Not even a sign of her. Did you know the penguins are considered the goths of the sea? Damien, I want to believe you so badly. Then we go back to the cul-de-sac. We arrive at the cul-de-sac to find everything looking normal. Except, Hugo's front door is wide open. She can open doors. This is a classic Duchess Cordelia, a telltale sign. We should approach it with caution. Whatever goes down in there, I've got your back. We creep up onto the porch and step inside. There, sitting in the center of the single living room, is like she owns the damn place. It's one of the biggest dogs I've ever seen. Yes. Woof. Well, she hasn't broke anything in here yet. Wonderful. Now all we have to do is get this leash on her before she tries to escape again and get out of here before Hugo comes home. Easy peasy. Duchess, come here. The Duchess eyes Damien warily. As she approaches, she begins to growl. She's on her guard. We'll need another plan. Try this one. I reach into my back pocket and pull out the slice of grateful banana bread Matt gave me. Duchess sniffs the air and hones in on the bread. Come here, girl. Nice and easy. I've got some yummy homemade vegan and possibly gluten-free banana bread if that's what you're into. Duchess cautiously approaches me. I gives the bread a good sniff before gently taking it from my hand, dropping it on the ground like dogs always do for some reason. She curls up and starts munching on the bread. Success! Damien walks up behind the Duchess and attaches the leash to her collar. She immediately notices and starts whining. It's time to go home now, Duchess. Damien gives a tug on the leash. She won't move. Duchess, what happened to your raptor? You and I used to be bosom buddies. She still doesn't move. She's huge. There's no way we could even try to lift her. Well, this is a weird situation to be in. I think we're literally trespassing in our friend's house with this large dog. What are you nerds doing? Ernest stands in the doorway with a plate of pizza rolls. It looks like trespassing. Well, yeah. It just looks like that. Damien, what are we doing? Trespassing? You do me in like that? The Duchess noticed Ernest and starts pulling against the leash. Why is that dog in my house? It's along. The Duchess suddenly breaks free from Damien's grip and hurtles towards Ernest. Ah! Ernest and the Duchess fall to the ground. Pizza rolls fly everywhere. This is bad. Ernest, are you okay? Ernest feeds the Duchess a pizza roll. Hey, she likes pizza rolls. Ernest sits up, but the dog keeps licking his face. Oh, hey. Hugo stands at the door looking like he's lost for words. What? Why are you guys... Whose dog is this? It's a long story, but it involves a large dog who knows how to open doors. Boof. Hugo, may I present you Duchess Cordelia. How do you do? Borf. We're friends. The Duchess looks at Ernest's face. She's from the local animal shelter. She got out and we've been chasing her all around town. Your house was our final stop. Dad, can we keep her? Ernest, I don't know if we're set to take care of a... Wait, did you just call me Dad? Come on, please. Look how cute she is. Hugo sighs. We had been talking about adopting a dog for a while, but you have to promise you'll take care of her. Yeah, I'll give her all the pizza rolls her little heart desires. I suddenly remember what's going on the back of the map, and I pull out a pen in my pocket. Got the forms ready for you, if you're interested. I'll even waive the adoption fee since, you know, we technically broke into your household. Well, alright, it's a deal. Hugo steps onto the porch with us and signs the form while Ernest plays the Duchess inside. He sure seems happy. He sure seems to be happy with his new friend. I know, he called me Dad, can you believe it? Damien places a hand on Hugo's shoulder. I certainly can. I think this will be a really good for Ernest. It should teach him some responsibility. You should probably look into getting better locks on your doors, though. The Duchess is a wily one. But do right by her, and she'll love you two forever. Thank you. I hope we got a good one. And long story short, the Duchess now lives in a happy home, and neither of us were charged for breaking and entering. So all in all, I think it was a fine day's work. Nice work, you two. Derek, you could be a valuable asset to our team of volunteers, you know. If you ever feel like petting some puppies, hit me up. Mary, I always feel like petting puppies. Good to know. Well, I'll catch you fellas later. Mary starts to leave. And one last thing. Damien's been telling me about you. Glad he finally brought you around. Oh, yeah. Damien's my special boy. I love him. We go way back. And I got a vested interest in his health, success, and well-being. If you ever hurt him, Mary, you can fill in the blanks. I gulp. Yes, ma'am. Mary leaves me alone with Damien. So, about the whole goth thing. I, completely understand if you aren't interested in me anymore. What? Am I missing something here? I'm not a cool goth prince. I'm boring. I own 5 pairs of tennis shoes. I wear dumb glasses. Don't you care? He looks so nervous. Damien, do you really think I only like you because of all the goth stuff? That's all cool, but the best thing about you is how passionate you are about the things you love. History, art, Victorian fashion, dogs, storage solutions. It doesn't matter what it is. You care, and that's awesome. And also, the glasses are very cute. You don't think I'm boring? If you're boring, then I don't know what that makes me. I spend too much time online shopping for flashlights. I get excited to mow my lawn on Saturdays. I get cranky about commercials being too loud. I've even been thinking about making my own peanut butter. Then maybe we can be boring together. It would never be boring if it was with you. Damien suddenly closes the gap between us and pulls me into a hug. He buries his face into my shoulder. His hair smells like lavender and rosemary. I was so scared you wouldn't like me. Quite the opposite. Damien pulls away for a second and looks me in the eyes. Without colored contacts, his eyes are so dark and soulful. May I kiss you? Oh god, here we go. I love that. He smiles slightly and leans in, giving me a gentle kiss. Damien pulls away and gives me an intense look. Do you want to help me take care of the puppies? Yes! Damien and I ride back at the cul-de-sac, our fingers intertwined like a proper gentleman. He walks me to my doorstep. I wondered why I got so... Never mind. This was lovely. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for everything. I'm very happy I can be myself around you. I'm glad, but I have one request. What's that? Can we keep sending each other letters? But of course. Damien kisses me one last time before turning around and heading home. Yay! Amanda runs back to the couch from the window and tries to look as nonchalant as possible. Hello, Father. I was sitting here on the couch this entire time. Hi, Amanda. So, are you guys, like, starting a vampire coven together? I love Amanda so much. Oh, plot twist. Mothman. Damien's actually Mothman. I didn't see it coming. Either. Genius. Well, whatever's happening, I'm really glad you two are happy. You deserve it, Dad. Aw, shucks. I'm gonna head to bed. Catch you in the morning. Sure thing. I make my way to my room and fall into my bed with my heart full, excited for the days to come. Yay. Finger guns. I remember when I used to do that a lot, like the finger guns thing. I hope we at least get an A. I don't give a fuck. Did we get an S? Yes, I didn't think we get an S because I got that one thing wrong. I mean, it was still fun. It's like, we're not trespassing. Damien, what are we doing? Trespassing. Fuck. I found it funny. Phew, I think I have everything finally set up. Amanda should be here any minute now. I think that's her car in the driveway. Okay, gotta act natural. Be cool, Derek. Be cool. Amanda walks through the door with a suspicious look on her face. Hey, Dad. Off to a good start. Something fishy? Rats. What? I had a crab cake sandwich for lunch. That's probably it. You're allergic to shellfish. Oh. Oh no, I forgot again. Dad? Oh gosh, I'm gonna be sick. What have I done? I'm kidding. You're right. I have a little surprise for you. Yeah, I can tell. You're very bad at lying. Amanda, my dear, would you care to join me in the kitchen? Father, it would fill my heart with glee. I love this family. I lead Amanda over to the kitchen table where a present lies covered under a tablecloth. It's nothing special, but I wanted to get you a little something. You graduated high school last week, and I know you told me not to make a big deal about it, but... Aw, Dad, I dramatically whip the tablecloth off the table. Amanda's jaws drop. No way! I figured you probably won't be able to get a cable in the dorm, so I thought it might be nice to take a piece of home with you. A DVD box set of the Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers. This is all 19 seasons! And a bonus material including commentary with actual ghosts featured on the show. Dad, I love this. Thank you. She gives me a big hug. I'm glad you like it. Hey, you want to hang out with me in the backyard for a bit? Toss the old pigskin or something? Totally. I follow Amanda to the back door. What? You told me not to make a big deal, but you seem to have forgotten that my entire mission in life is to make a big deal out of your accomplishments. So consider this your graduation party. Surprise! Dad, everyone's here. Well, yeah, everyone wanted to come and support you. Is that a mac and cheese bar? Sure is. Fully customizable, down to the type of mac. And there's an ice cream cake, the good kind with the crunchies in the middle. I don't know what to say. Don't say anything. Just go have fun with your pals, alright? I'm so proud of you, Amanda. Amanda smiles and runs to her friends. I should make the rounds and make sure everyone's having a good time. But first, mac and cheese. I walk over to Mary, who's having a lively conversation with Amanda. We have a real fluffy Samoyed right now. His name's Harold, loves belly rubs. He always tries to lick your face if you get too close. Mrs. Christensen, thank you so much for telling me in great detail about every single dog currently in the animal shelter. Please tell me about the Afghan with 3 legs again. Sure, Quadro. We call him one of those ironic nicknames. You know, if you're really interested, I could probably steal you one for you. Really? Nah, but I could get you in to meet one of them. We always could use an extra hand around the shelter. And if those extra hands always help